You just tuned in to the Heel in the Face live wrestling show every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. And you can also catch us on Twitter at Heel and Face. And also,
Shut
you
up!
can call.
Just shut up!
Are you kidding?
Nobody came to hear you, and you curb your dog while you're at it.
Oh,
and
man.
Octane, make me a sandwich, Mrs. Abernathy. Are you okay, really? Do you need anything to drink? Tough Jim Steele, come here and get Lenardity and take us out to the show.
I guess here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Heel the Face radio show. Now, get ready to get kicked square in the balls.
All right, and we're back for another week. And ladies and gentlemen, a great week it was, SWA and so forth. We've got so much that's going on tonight. And
somebody's got some splaining to do.
Oh, man. You know, we'll get to some of it. We'll get to all that, you know. I know.
Should we explain what happened to your last intern, Daryl, who's actually not here right now?
Yeah, Daryl was supposed to be here, but
the superhero
at the last second, somebody called the cops on his pimp self, and
let's just say
he wasn't too happy with us.
Yep.
As he left in handcuffs.
So are you saying that a superhero
actually
came in,
yes,
took Daryl out, brought him to the police station?
Yep, and that was ATL, you know. That was pretty darn cool.
So no Daryl?
No Daryl is gone. This week. ATL, okay. The crime-fighting superhero, got him.
Excellent.
Instead, we're welcoming the new guy.
The new guy.
All right, yay for the new guy. Hooray. If anybody doesn't know the new guy, my name is Ryan Perry. Yay.
Here we go.
Real names all around.
Introduce him. Isn't that great?
I was getting there, but you know, I was stuck on that superhero, man. That was pretty damn cool. I was right here.
I would be stuck on something else if I were you.
What do you?
Why don't we save that for later on?
We're gonna save that for later, but I'm gonna be dropping like.
Come on.
I'm gonna be like stabbing toothpicks until we get to that.
But before we crucify Tommy,
wow,
why don't you break down what happened for us over this weekend?
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, for you ticket holders at SWA on Hallowed grounds, Saturday, November 2nd was such a great show. I mean, come on. Here we go.
Let's run down the results.
Yeah, you know what? The New Age Terminator Trigger, it happened, ladies and gentlemen. Trigger defeated the King, Junior Reyes, in an I Quit match to open the show. But, you know, Sean, what's your input on that one, man?
That match was pretty intense.
It was, man. It was very good. And let me tell you something. After the match, Trigger was handcuffed to the ring post and beaten, like, you know, with a chair. I mean, it was just intense, dude. Intense. Ryan, come on.
Yep.
What do you think, man? I heard you were there.
I'm thinking that Trigger's mustache scared Junior Reyes into saying "I quit."
You
know what? He did look like Mario or Luigi.
It might have been part of his Halloween get-up. I'm not sure.
Kind of looked like Jeffrey Dahmer a little bit.
Wasn't Dahmer blonde?
Yeah, Dahmer was blonde.
He was, and that would be the
too,
only
right?
exception.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I don't think Dahmer was Hispanic, but okay.
He hit his head when he was in the shower.
Yeah. Sean, why don't you break down what happened in the next match real quick?
Give us a rundown.
Why not?
Man. Go for it.
So LI's Finest Cash, Totally Radical Steven Persons, and their partner Ragdoll picked up the win in the six-man tag team match over your hero,
Tommy's hero,
Mike Magnum.
Really?
He's your hero,
no,
Mike Magnum.
No.
And his partners were Marty Flames and Papa Canoosh, who apparently decided that Italy was no place for him through Sheepshead Bay.
Yep. But
you would think that Papa Canoosh would be so amped up and have adrenaline flowing through him, being called out as being a fake Italian by your first intern that you guys tried out before you settled upon me. Which is amazing, though, because Papa Canoosh, even though he was kind of a ball of fire when he first got into the match, kind of settled down a little bit.
And I want you to know...
Yes, he did, definitely.
And I want you to know that on a side note, Papa Canoosh went looking for the intern.
So are we to assume that maybe Papa Canoosh was slightly distracted then, perhaps?
He might have been.
I would say so, because he was fired up that night when the intern was... kind of like picking at him like a bird, you know.
Okay.
He was really fired up.
He was looking. He couldn't find them, though.
So come on Saturday at On Hollow Grounds, Papa Ganoush was looking wall to wall for the intern.
But to no avail. He didn't find
No,
him, right?
Not
No,
at
no.
all, man.
No.
Because we were. He was in the locker room even.
He had
asking
no
me.
idea. He was
Yep.
probably sitting there right next to him for all he knew.
Probably.
That is a shame. That
Oh, well.
is
You know
an
what?
absolute shame.
Why don't
Too
we
bad.
let smooth voice Ryan Perry go over the next
Oh,
match?
smooth
Go
voice
for it.
Ryan Perry gets the match where the guy's name right in the beginning is always awkward. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but who cares? The man looked fine in a three-piece suit, by the way. Marquis Alexander was victorious in the, I guess it was a six-man gauntlet, I believe, beating
Yes,
out
yes.
Nightmare, La Parka USA, the Flying Italian Kid, Mason Shadows, and Lucas Sane in that gauntlet
Yeah,
match.
that's.
But can we just say one thing? That Nightmare looked like he was about to be on the cusp of perhaps his biggest victory in SWA, but failed, came up just a little short until our man in the three-piece suit, whose name I can't pronounce.
No. In my whole thing of defense on that one, he should just stick to going against women. That's all.
I think he looked better in a dress, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, definitely, man. Because
Whoa.
yeah, he
Is,
he should have kept that power somehow, some way.
Sean, quick question for you. Nightmare, does he believe that every day is Halloween?
Why, I think so.
Okay,
I think so. Yeah, because,
Just curious. The more you know, fans, the more you know.
yeah, because I think people seen him actually still dressed with the makeup, every day.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Not his gear, but the makeup, and that's I don't know, a little scary.
Does he look better with the makeup or without the makeup?
I don't know, judge men. Sorry, man.
Oh, sorry. It's 2013, and Tommy's still living in the 80s over there. But
Well,
Tommy,
some people are just uncomfortable with their sexuality.
some people also are uncomfortable with the truth, apparently, but we're going to save that for later on in the show. Tommy, why don't you take us to the next match that happened at SWA's?
Aerial Assault, man. You've got to check them out. Amazing tag team. JDK and HSK.
A lot
Team
of
is
Ks.
yes, a lot of Ks, man.
Okay.
They're awesome. Awesome team. Picked up an impressive win over the Graveyard Disciples, your favorite.
That was
Yeah.
quite an impressive win in
Yes, it was,
Graveyard
definitely.
Disciples' probably
Oh, yeah.
last appearance.
Well, it officially is. They did announce it, and we wish them the best of luck from the heel in the face and from SWA. Hopefully.
It's funny how you're wishing them the best of luck, and you're the one who was axed with a kendo stick.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't set it up. We won't go there.
Did anybody notice maybe a hint of dysfunction with the Graveyard Disciples during that match, especially towards the end after the victory was already sealed by the Aerial Assault? I believe it was Mayhem. I sometimes get them confused. They're similar builds,
yeah,
same
kind of.
identical ring gear and masks.
Yeah,
But
definitely is.
at the very end, did anybody notice that one of them actually took their mask off as they were walking back through?
I believe they
I-
both did.
No,
Was it-
only one did.
I only saw
and the
the
other
one.
one walked right out of the ring, threw his mask down. The other one grabbed it, and
You know what's funny? I'm
Speech
looking at
out.
Sean over here, Tommy, and I'm thinking, wow, he's kind of got the same build as the Graveyard Disciples himself.
no, he's a little bit
No,
bigger.
I'm a little
He's
He's a
shorter.
little bit bigger.
Yeah, he's a little shorter, and he's 2 cotton fields. The other one was 1.
Well, if he
cotton
wasn't
field.
walking around with his shirt off right now,
then we would have to call hazmat.
I could tell by the nipples. But moving on, Sean, since the spotlight's on you, why don't you go over the next one?
So, all right. So SJR took out Tony Van Exel in under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes.
Now, for both these guys, they were debuting, right? Because
Right. No, SJR's been there before.
Has he?
SJR works with other feds, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But this their
He's
first
8
match in
months green.
SWA,
Yeah.
though, for both of them. So there was their SWA
yes,
debuts,
yep.
correct? And SJR, he's the African American, yes.
Correct.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
how would he be? Mr. USA
Okay.
of indie wrestling now.
Okay.
It's good.
An impressive belly to belly, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. That guy's a suplex machine.
He's awesome. But you know what? There's nothing like this match, man. Let me tell you, Justin Toxic is still your number 1 contender.
Still,
Still.
your number one
Yes.
contender.
As he shot down the title
At least for the time being.
aspiration of the debuting Canadian luchador, Nova Scotia.
Now, does anybody know where Nova Scotia came from? Seriously, other than Canada, you can't just say Canada because that's.
I was going to
that's
say
a-
Canada.
But
That
does
would've been my
anybody know
guess, Canada.
where he came from? If he has a valid green card, right?
Listen, he was in the locker room. I couldn't even understand him.
Oh, yeah. You got to figure out what it's about, eh? That's all you got to do. Sean, your thoughts on Justin Toxic, real quick?
Justin Toxic is a fine competitor, and there's no doubt in my mind that he should be number one contender.
He's a 5-star athlete.
But
plain
there's
and
probably a
simple.
doubt in Tommy's wallet.
What? What are you talking about? He's a 5-star.
Sean's-
I just said.
Sean's gonna pick on you all night, Tommy, until we get
I
to this.
said the number one
And maybe even after that.
competitor, Justin Toxic, is a 5-star competitor. He is one of the best, I think, in there.
And just to clarify,
What's he, a
5
fi-
stars out of 5 stars.
What's he, a
Yes.
five?
Just checking here.
Is he a 5-star athlete with a $1 sign price tag?
That I don't know.
I
if
don't
you're
know what
insulting
you-
Justin
yeah.
Toxic or
I'm
insulting
not
Tommy
insulting
over here?
Justin
I think you-
Toxic. It was another dig on Tommy.
Okay, all right. As long as it's a dig on Tommy, I'm cool with it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You guys fire me? You guys don't have a history of firing interns. But moving right along, this was probably perhaps the biggest news. At least
Hell
arguably,
yeah.
was the returning Grim Reaper coming back, and what was originally scheduled to be Jack Gallo versus Jigsaw, which got scrapped because apparently Jigsaw had some travel issues and couldn't make it down to the show. And Grim Reaper, obviously returning, was available, decided to accept Jack Gallo's open challenge. But what's more interesting, in my mind, is the fact that Braden Knight was actually at the show, but he wasn't in the locker room. He bought a ticket to watch the show, sitting front row, and was, I guess you could say, harassing Jack Gallo and Grim
Right.
Reaper, up until the point where, with the referee's permission, and I'm guessing your permission as well,
You got it.
their director of authority, Tommy C, turned into a 3-way contest. But
How much does that cost?
It's $20 a ticket at the door.
Not what I meant.
But perhaps, see, this is what I like this story, and I think this is perhaps the biggest story of the night, because not only did all of that occur, right? It's the finish of the match that probably is the most shocking. When Braden Knight looked like he had victory well in hand, took off the belt on his jeans, because keep in mind he didn't think he was going to wrestle. At least we don't understand. You know, we're under the impression that he didn't think he was going to wrestle, unless this was his plan all along, and was ready to knock out Jack Gallo with the belt from his pants strapped around his hand until Grim Reaper hit a low blow on Braden Knight, took the strap off, knocked Jack Gallo out himself, then knocked out Braden Knight, picked up the win for Grim Reaper. But even further, and this is once again why I think this is the best story of the night, what happened after the match. And Sean, do you want to detail what happened after the match?
What happened after the match was Reaper had explained to Jack Gallo that it was all Braden Knight's doing.
That Braden Knight had knocked him out.
Right. That it was all Braden Knight's fault. And Jack Gallo, filled with rage, and I guess he's got no love lost of Braden Knight, absolutely attacked and destroyed Braden Knight in the middle of the ring.
And what's really interesting for me as well is, and we're going to defer it over to Tommy for this one, is Mr. Tommy, you had the best view in the house when all this was going down because you were in the middle of the ring.
Yes, my whole thing is I had to get in there because, Braden Knight, even though when he bought the ticket, he was in the crowd. He's one of indie wrestling's finest, so we don't want to let him get damaged. I tried to protect him as best as I could. His knee got injured from the whole thing, and it was his knee, his ankle, so he was banged up from getting nailed in the ankle with a chair. But let me tell you something. Braden Knight is coming back to SWA.
Wait. So you tried to protect Braden Knight.
Yes, I did. And Braden
And-
actually said to me, "Don't touch me, don't bother me, leave me alone in the middle
And
of the ring."
Braden Knight still got hurt.
Yes, but he's not going to get hurt anymore because he's under our wing in SWA, and we're going to protect him.
I didn't know we had cash like that. Go ahead, let's move on.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, probably the most violent of all the tag matches we've seen thus far was Beard Life going up against Damaged Inc. Sean, why don't you explain that one to us real quick?
Okay, I guess
Okay,
not.
Sean doesn't want
Sean's running
Sean's
away.
got a tinkle or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
got to go to the restroom.
So, Tommy, why don't you explain that
All
one
right,
for us?
The Bearded Life match, let me tell you, was an amazing match. Where were we? My one thing about the match, that Middle Country Punk, Jay Fabs, getting involved.
Yeah, you got to start to
That's-
wonder, is J Fabs going to be a member of Damaged Inc. from here on out?
If he's a member of Damaged Inc., then Jerry Werner should be Santa Claus. Because let me tell you something. This kid, he's good, but to become a part of an exclusive, phenomenal tag team
Are you
like
saying that maybe J Fabs isn't quite ready
I would say
for the
he's
pressure of being
on
involved in
a
Damage
on
Inc.?
a 5-star level? I give him a 2-star. He's not ready.
He's not ready
He's
for the pressure.
not ready. You know, because that is a big responsibility. You got to back up the biggest names: Hollywood J. Lover, the crazy one and only Frankie Stars. Come on, dude. There is no way he can back those names up.
But you could look at it from this perspective that J Fabs saw a golden opportunity
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
because
That's-
of what happened with J Lo.
And let's not forget that as the events in the match transpired, J Fabs actually had an instrumental hand in helping them lose the match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So did J Fabs actually go ahead and seize an opportunity that might have not presented itself hadn't Jay Lover done what he had done, which was taking a call from his agent in the middle of the match and abandoning Frankie Stars?
Well, that call was coming through to me, and his agent said he really needed to talk to him. So I transferred it over to Jay, and I didn't think he would talk to him right there in the ring, you know. But he had to take care of business.
Maybe Ben Affleck got fired and he's playing Batman.
I mean, that would be something that
great.
maybe you should leave a match for, especially since you'd be saving that movie. But moving right along, of course, we couldn't talk about the results without mentioning the main event, of course. So, Sean, why don't you go over that one real quick since you're done tinkling?
In your
Yes.
main event,
And someone should pause his phone.
Ricky Richards, Esquire III, suffered his first loss in SWA history when he tapped out to your winner and still the SWA Pride champion, the Great Bambino, CJ Antonino.
Gentlemen, and I understand that we're going to have to go a little bit more in depth with this one a little later on, especially since Ricky Richards is going to be calling in live tonight later on in the broadcast. But the guy was number one contender for what, about a year?
Yeah.
Finally sought it one-on-one.
And then he was suspended, and then he was brought back a little early from his suspension, and then he was number one contender again without wrestling a match to back it up.
Are you poking fun at Tommy?
I am again.
Okay.
How'd you know?
Yeah, he is.
I kind of
course.
sensed it. I'm catching on really
It's
quick.
okay. It's all right. Yawn.
So is the bigger story that Ricky Richards lost, or is the bigger story that CJ Antonino won?
The bigger story is that Ricky Richards lost.
Is it the way in which he lost? Perhaps is the biggest. I mean, he did tap out.
I'm going to sit back on this one and just...
He tapped
Wait.
out.
I figured you would. But he tapped out.
Well, are you guys ready and prepared to question Ricky on this later on when he calls
Mr.
in?
Richards is going to get questioned about a great many subjects. Especially where the mysterious envelope came from.
I know you've been dying to get
Envelope.
to this.
I'm chomping.
He's talking about an
I'm chomping at the bit.
We all know the envelope in which he's talking
Envelope.
about there, Tommy. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break real quick? And when we come back, we got some other things we want to talk about before we dive right in and go a little bit more in depth.
I do have something. I have an envelope with tickets in it. Is that what you're talking about, Sean?
And
No.
Oh, okay.
No? Okay. Well, when we come back from break, we'll find out exactly what that envelope full of tickets is for. So, Hall Monitor, right? Am I getting the names right?
You got it right. Hold on to take us out with some new Afterbirth.
He's got a mouthful of food, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, he would have welcomed
Hey,
you
man,
back.
definitely. Hey, everybody's got to eat, you know?
We played the same Afterbirth song twice.
You know why? Because it was a great song.
So
And
you-
I loved it.
So you figured that people needed to hear it twice?
Yes.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, because that song's got to get into their brain up there and just...
Do you know how many times I had to listen to Jay-Z's last album before I was like, wow, this is actually really artistic? It took me like 5 or 6 times. Sometimes you just got to listen to it.
Definitely.
Cool. And if you want more information about Afterbirth, you can check out their Facebook page. What they're doing, where they're playing. They might actually be live here in January, I think I heard.
Speaking of January,
January. Did you say January?
I did say January.
And
What a
you-
perfect
and you know
segue.
What? And I said something about tickets. I mean, in an envelope. And you know what? Stronghold Pro Wrestling, January 18th, NYWC Sportatorium. Tickets are on sale right now. Sean Walsh has them. I have them. Even the one and only, the fabulous one, Ryan has them too.
Smooth voice,
Ryan
Okay,
Perry.
there you go.
Ryan Perry.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan's got them too. But you know what? You could check out all the other indie wrestlers that will have them, you know, and also starting on Friday, they'll be on sale on ticketfly.com.
Once again, those tickets for the January 18th show will be on sale at
Yep.
ticketfly.com.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to miss this show. Sean, who are you texting over there? Somebody important?
Apparently,
It's always
no.
somebody
Yeah.
important.
Always somebody important.
But don't forget to get your tickets for Stronghold Pro Wrestling January 18th, Over the Limits. It's going to be one hell of a show. Len Oddity will be a part of it. The Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, facing off Big Jim Sullivan.
Big Jim Sullivan.
One of Long Island's own tough guys. Let me tell you, that match is going to be an uproar. Everybody's going to be on the edge. They're not even going to be sitting. Everybody's going to be up at the guardrail trying to get a piece of this every second, you know.
So you're saying that match is worth the price of
It's
admission
worth
alone?
it's $20 a ticket. If you get this ticket for $20, I might as well give them to you because they're not that's forget it.
I heard they make excellent Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah, they definitely
Something
do.
nice for the stocking stuffer,
But you know
right?
what we're gonna do? Actually,
Not that I would know about Christmas.
no,
being a
because
Jew,
you're
but, you know,
Jewish. Yeah, it's all right.
could
though.
make a good Hanukkah.
Hanukkah gift. Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
Uncle Harry, he likes to visit too.
You know what? It's a good holiday
What a
present.
great Hanukkah gift. First night of Hanukkah.
You know what? We could put it as Hanukkah, Christmas, but you know we'll put it as
Ramadan.
a holiday gift.
Am
It's
I
a
being paid
holiday
for this
gift.
commercial? I just want to know.
Go for it.
No, I want to know if I'm being paid for this commercial.
How about we pay you with the price of a ticket
Yes. How about that?
and go
Wow,
There you
really?
go. Yeah.
and go?
The ticket is worth.
Ladies and
$1,000,000.
gentlemen, get your tickets to Stronghold Pro Wrestling now.
There you go. We gotta record that and play it over and over and over like
Definitely.
17 times throughout the broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Tommy, who else is going to be on the show on January 18th?
January 18th, we got the one and only, the freak, Robbie Rebel.
Okay.
Robbie
He's facing-
Rebel.
There's going to be a battle royale, 15-man going to versus Cronus. The winner of that battle royale is going up against Robbie Rebel.
Cronus versus Robbie Rebel.
Well,
If Cronus wins.
if he's in the battle royal and he wins.
Yeah, and then after that, those 15 guys got to go up against each other to face the freak, Robbie Rebel.
So,
Think about it.
So we're saying that Robbie Rebel is on such a pedestal
Yes, he
that
is.
15 guys got to fight each other
To get
just
to
to
him.
fight Robbie Rebel.
Yep.
He must have pissed somebody off. If 15
Well-
guys want to be, getting at his
He
throat.
pissed
yeah.
somebody off.
Definitely.
We're going to start paying you $20 to not cut those commercials
Oh,
anymore,
yeah,
Sean.
definitely.
Jeez.
And like I just said, Len Oddity, the tattooed ugly, he is facing the Puerto Rican star, Frankie Flo. Coming out of New
Flo
Jersey.
doesn't really sound like a really Puerto Rican last name.
Well, Frankie Flo, if you see a picture of him, I would be afraid. Because that
Well,
man...
I hopefully he won't see a picture of me, and
Oh,
after
yeah,
hearing that,
definitely.
won't come finding me.
I don't know if you've ever
And
seen
you can
Frankie
find
Flo.
Ryan Perry on Facebook.
Until later tonight when I deactivate my account, Frankie Flo, I apologize for the little jab there.
Oh, yeah, I would be. And then we've got Nikki Adams facing off Boy Diva Rick Cataldo.
I heard the first intern you had was a real big fan of Rick Cataldo.
Oh yeah, he fancied him quite much. Let me tell you.
Fancied him. That is a very fancy word for a man of your status.
I know, man, ain't it?
People of your status should not be using the word fancied.
And also,
Starting to sound like an intern over there.
and he is. And also, the high-flying Italiano John Fortuno is facing the ECW original legend, Frankie Stars, with his girl, Trixie, in his corner.
Do you think Frankie is still possibly going to be distracted by what's going on with Jay Lover by the time January 18th rolls around?
He might be, but you know what? It's okay. Frankie, he knows how to hold his own. I think he'll be all right. Coming in, working. He'll be all right, definitely.
He seemed a little miffed on Hallowed ground.
He was, but you know what? He stood his ground. That's all I know. But I think in that match with Fortuno, high-flying Fortuno, is...
I wouldn't underlook these young kids who are looking to make a name for themselves. What better way to beat a guy who's established on the indie wrestling scene, especially a guy like Frankie Stars.
Oh, yeah. Frankie Stars is a name that you can... look up. It's like in the dictionary. He is nothing to reckon with.
Yeah, I mean, because in 15 years, it could be, somebody like the high-flying Italian. That's the guy that people are looking to cut their legs out from underneath, to make a name for themselves, 15 years down the road. So, this is a perfect opportunity for a young wrestler such as himself to make the best impression that he can possibly make. Sean, wouldn't you agree?
You know what I want to know?
He would agree.
I agree, but you know what I want to know?
Yes.
Who hired this guy? This guy is like 5 stars. This guy's like eating filet mignon when we were.
I think the hall monitor
when we were
hired
choking
him.
on chuck steak.
I think the hall monitor.
Me and the hall
did.
monitor have a little something going on.
You guys, I think we.
But just to clarify once again, 5 stars on a 5-star scale, right?
Right.
Because Tommy was like, 5 stars.
This guy's
but,
eating filet mignon. Really?
Well, you know what? Let's get back to the Stronghold card. January 18th, NYWC Sportatorium is over the limits. We've got a last man standing match. Evan Reigns faces off Alex Vendetta. Faces off. My favorite now is the superhero, ATL.
Oh, that's because ATL saved you from the pimp.
And also another one, as seen on TV all across every channel, is the Chris Envy.
Man, let me tell you this studio is getting packed.
It is, man. Definitely.
Almost as packed as that match.
That match is going to be amazing.
Do you like that? That was a pretty good.
It was.
It definitely is, man.
Make a quick joke.
Almost
and get right
as
back
packed
in.
as a white envelope.
Oh, we're going to be on this white envelope all night. aren't we?
It has the tickets.
It has a lot
like
of tickets
I'm
in
saying.
it. Has a lot of
And
tickets in it.
also, don't forget, this match is one of my favorites. Los Sucios with Ring Queen, Lexa Rose facing off Bearded Life in a TLC tag match.
Do we know if this is the first time these two teams have ever met?
Oh, yes, it is.
It is.
It is.
And it's going to be on Long Island.
It's the first one ever of the
It's gonna
Sucios
be
and
at
Bearded Life.
Stronghold Pro Wrestling.
And I've got another match that's even to stir up this pot.
Wow, the hits keep coming, huh?
To stir this pot up, you're talking about first-time matches?
I'm all ears.
Dr. Lamar Braxton Porter with yours truly, Vinny the Guido, facing off.
Baldy Smurf.
Facing off. How professional, right?
We got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah. Faces off against none other than Suntan Dela Cruz.
What do you think of that, Sean? And a real serious voice now. What do you think of that? And not the serious voice that's the commercial voice. I want to hear their actual Sean Walsh voice
Come
here.
on. What do you think? Come on.
Oh,
Porter versus Suntan.
how do you not pull for Porter in that match?
I honestly, this is a match that, like, I don't know. I got to sit on the side and just be like, who's going to win? Who's going to... It's going to be a great
Porter's
match.
got like what, 4 inches on suntan?
If that.
Probably
the height doesn't...
probably about 50 pounds.
Maybe, but you know what?
See, here's the thing. I'm not too familiar with either one of these guys. Tommy, why don't you give me a little bit of background information
Have you
on
never
both?
me
watched
tell-
TNA Smooth Voice Ryan Perry?
It's very rare. I didn't
Listen.
even realize we were talking about professional wrestling until I walked
Well,
in
we
the
do
door,
have a
to be
piece.
honest.
Right there is a match that is a part of professional wrestling. Lamar Braxton Porter was WWE development training, and also TNA worked, and he is phenomenal in the ring. Suntan Dela Cruz, I've seen him in 1 or 2 matches. You know, Can I be impressed? Say yes. Yeah, he's impressive in the ring. On my picks on that, as I said, I have to just sit back and not say
Are
any
you
picks.
afraid to go out on a limb and predict the winner?
No, he's just
no.
waiting for who has the fatter envelope.
Oh,
man,
we
that's-
are staying on this, aren't
Oh
we?
yeah, we're talking SWA stuff, but that's all right.
That would be me.
But
So you don't want to go out on a limb?
No, I would
Is
say
it too early for predictions? Is that what it really comes down to? The guests in our studio right now are causing distractions to both Tom
I know,
and
right?
Sean.
Definitely.
And they're leaving it in the hands of me, who doesn't even follow professional
Let
wrestling.
me tell
so
you
this is
something.
scary.
I would honestly. All right,
You're
I'm
doing
just,
a fine job.
All
I-
right,
Ryan Perry.
it's not bad.
I have respect for both men, in and out of the ring. I would have to go with.
Oh, he's gonna
Suntan.
he's gonna give a prediction. Look
I
at
would
that.
have to go with Suntan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your first prediction for the January 18th
It's too early.
show.
It's too early for predictions.
That's the one and only that you're gonna get until the week before.
And where's the show taking place here?
Yours truly, the NYWC Sportatorium, 435.
So you're
15.
the NYWC Sportatorium.
No, I'm not.
You
No,
d-
it's
you
in my
will.
pocket.
Well, you did say
well,
yours
along
truly.
with other things.
Oh wait, I'm so. Oh wait a minute.
You
I
said
was
yours
thinking about
truly.
somebody. Yours truly. Your friend there. That guy.
I was thinking of Alex Reynolds.
What,
but okay.
Yeah.
what are you bringing your hero, Mike
It was just in
Magnum,
my,
into
it was
this?
in my head for some reason.
Can we get Mike to call in one week just to clarify for us and confirm that
He's
is
not
the
my hero?
of Tommy C?
He's your hero, Mike Magnum.
No, he's your hero.
Sean,
But
when
let
you
me
do
tell
that, it sounds like you were rejected for the replacement of Howard Finkel. Just saying.
Definitely, man. But
Look at me dropping wrestling knowledge and names.
oh yeah,
I don't even follow wrestling.
I never got a tryout.
Wrestling
know,
is
right?
the sport, right, where you got to put the ball into the goal.
no.
Right.
Right,
No?
right. And
Oh.
Yeah,
Wayne
that's
Gretzky
it.
is the sport's biggest star,
But let me.
and he's
You
got
hit home runs
and he's got like
to score
1,000
touchdowns,
touchdowns. Right.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I think so. I, don't
I was
know
just
now.
curious.
But
Do you guys remember the Royal Bowl back in the day in the
Oh,
90s?
Lord.
When they did the flag football wrestling match? That was awesome. But I don't follow wrestling. So January 18th, ladies and gentlemen, tickets go on sale, what, Friday you said?
they'll be on sale Friday at ticketfly.com, and all of your indie wrestlers will have those tickets that are on the card. So catch
That's
up
not
with them.
true.
And also your
I got him now.
Yep. And also
He said
What do you-
indie wrestlers.
indie wrestlers.
You're
Ding
not a
dong.
wrestler.
I'm not a wrestler. No.
So his
Oh
statement
wait,
still
wait.
holds
Whenever
true.
I say that, I'm contractually obligated to say it in this voice. I am not a wrestler.
But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, you could get them at Omega Storage in Amityville at 185 Sunrise Highway, and also will be announcing other ticket outlets.
Other
ticklets.
Also announcing other French ticklers, ladies and gentlemen.
all across the island.
Other ticklets.
But definitely
So
get your tickets as
do you
soon as
think we have
possible.
plugged the show for January 18th enough?
You know what? I think we did.
The correct answer would be there's never enough plugging of a show.
But you got to let me finish.
Whoa.
I think we did, but we got to keep on
And
going.
hey, why are these tickets purple?
Why?
What
Because
is
no,
that was just rude. One of those guests in our
Yeah.
studio. However,
But-
they're purple because purple is a color of royalty.
yes, it is. So learn it.
So boom.
Yes, it is.
And
I
they
can't let you get every
Yeah, you
pot shot
can't,
in on
man.
top.
You can't.
Envelope pot
But
shots,
also-
absolutely. Those kind of pot shots, no, because
No.
purple's also my favorite color.
It is
But
mine too, and
Yeah.
let me tell you, the colors of Stronghold is black, white, neon green, and neon purple. Okay, so if you come to the show, make all your signs in any of those colors so the wrestlers could see them. I know, haha, if I make it black or if I make it white, haha, I know. No, use the opposite color, ding dong. I know
Where
you were
did
going
he
to
come
punk
from
in.
that?
hot shots for you now too.
Where did he
Yeah.
come from that from?
I don't know.
I know you with your remarks, what you would say.
I don't know. But
Really?
hey,
Yeah.
I was just thinking that these tickets are printed in Canada.
in Canada,
In the home of yours truly, and I'm going to say my truly, Bret Hart.
and Nova Scotia.
And no, Icky. Icky.
I'm just saying, he's technically from
But
Canada.
ladies and gentlemen, they're $20 a tickets, $40 for VIP. The VIP, you get a front row seat and also a meet and greet with none other than yours truly, the Pope, TNA star.
Yours truly?
Yes. You know why? Because I want a piece
Is
of
it-
Mike Magnum to
is he
call in,
yours?
so I could chew him up and
Is
spit him
he,
out.
Is he yours?
Because I know you.
And he's your hero.
No, he's not.
Mike Magnum.
No, he's not. Anyway, Stronghold Pro Wrestling, January 18th. You get your tickets, ticketfly.com, come Friday, and any of your indie wrestlers that are on the card. And, oh, yeah, Sean Walsh.
I want to see Sean get in the ring.
I'm not on the card.
He's going to be the big blue
I'm
meanie.
not a wrestler.
He's going to be the big blue meanie now.
I want to see him get in the ring, though.
I
I
would
want to
too.
see Sean win the Battle Royal and then have to go on and face Robbie Rebel. Only because I want to see Sean in a singlet. I'm just curious. My morbid curiosity gets the best of me again.
We got to put that order in right now for the singlet because it's going to be a long time for them to make it.
Yeah, like all of the cotton fields in Virginia have to die.
So, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, now that you have envisioned Sean in a singlet and it's totally grossed you out and you've headed to the bathroom, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Chris Caden on the line.
Yep.
Some
definitely.
access unknown.
All right.
Have some.
Access unknown. Sargon the insegmentable from the mighty conceptual elements. About to fuck shit up. We are the black sheep. Yeah, this one's called Black Sheep, motherfucker. stopped. Dealing with the lies of pain. I should have stopped. Dealing with the lies of pain. I should have stopped. Dealing with the lies and pain.
And we're back from some fine Access Unknown. Tommy, what did you think of that? No, you don't have an answer? You're all dressed up in your tuxedo all of a sudden. What happened? No, nothing? Still nothing?
Tommy's speechless for the first time in his life. It doesn't happen. It does not
that
happen
probably
too
happens
often.
more than not. All right, so
So what do we got up next here, Sean? Were we able to get a hold of Chris Caden?
not yet. He has not called in. Let's take let's play another fast song, and we'll be right back.
The molestation gets into the brain too, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So you can get things in the brain before you're born or after you're born. And both of them can be as fixed in your brain as your native language is, which is not there the day you're born. So what we really need to do is find out, is each child developing a good degree of sexual health? And that's the one branch of pediatrics for which there's not a single clinic in the whole world. So we don't know how to do a health checkup for sexuological health. The other big thing is that it's all very secret when it's locked away inside the skull and the brain and the mind. So you have to talk about it. And all of these sexual problems in all of the families that have sexual problems develop in their children always are untalked about. And if you can't get it out in the open to be talked about, then you don't know that it's happening. So you don't know whether your child is healthy or unhealthy.
Are you saying then we don't create sex offenders, they're born?
Oh, no. No. I wouldn't ever say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am a sexual offender. sexual bam, a sexual bam, a sexual bam, a sexual bam.
Once in a while, in everyone's mind, there are men lying. Don't you get no time? Body ache, cross corroding, just a little man. Everything just goes wrong. I'm sick of all this shit. You think you got what it takes to live in this world of waste. When you believe that it shows, you might as well be safe. Put away the trade. Suicide is the last way out. Everything else fails. Cause my love, hate and death, dying of betrayal. You try so hard to hear the words, not easy to find. Look deeper down into your heart, try to find your mind. You think you got what it takes to live in this world of waste. When you believe that it shows, you might as well be safe. Put away the When things look dim, though you're all too deep, just close your eyes, just go to sleep. Wake up again and things will always seem the sunshine. Don't fuck yourself, fuck suicide. You think you got what it takes to live in my world of waste. When you believe that it shows, you might as well be safe. Put away the trade. Yeah.
Okay, and we're back.
We're definitely back.
And that was some fine music, but now on the phone, everybody's favorite Fort Tooth hardcore clown, Len Onity.
Len, what's going on, man? What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just trying to escape from the asylum. Hey, I hear myself echo. Echo, go. Woo.
So, man, you
Yes.
are facing off December 22nd against the King, Junior Reyes.
The king, my balls. He ain't no king. You want to see a king? Watch one of my hardcore matches. Oh, I'm going to put that kid in his place. I can't wait.
Let's not forget that it's a big bag of fuck 'em up match.
Yes, it's a big bag of fuck 'em up match. By the way, adults, if you didn't know, put your kids to bed because we have no censor buttons while I'm on the show. And trust me, there will be a dildo pulled from the bag, and probably a bong, and probably a few other adult items.
But, yo, man.
I can hear the FCC fines ringing in right now.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what? Junior Reyes says that he's the hardcore of all hardcores. Now, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. What's your response to that one?
I think you can use the words hardcore legend.
Okay. Now,
Junior
first
Reyes.
off, I give him some points for doing something I haven't done and being in the ring with Necro, but, hey, kudos for you. You got to push. How many dicks did you have to suck to get that one? Secondly, okay, you want to say you've kind of made a name for yourself in hardcore. Yeah, getting your ass beat. Who hasn't? I've been there. But to say you're a king of hardcore or a legend of hardcore, please, you hadn't even begun to lick the shit off my boot heels. You are no way, not even in my league when it comes to hardcore. You have no idea the type of shit you're in for when you get in there with me. And trust me, I have Betty sharpened and ready for a fun time.
Oh, man. I think all the SWA fans are waiting for this match.
The room,
Yeah.
when he came on to the big screen, was filled with excitement.
Energy. It was shocking. It was just, dude, I can't wait. All the SWA fans can't wait till Len Oddie hits that ring come December 22nd. Muggs and Coco show. That's...
Well, let's put it this way. In my past, we've had barbed wire. In fact, I'm one of the only guys to ever have a no-rope barbed wire match in Connecticut. Thumbtacks, fire. There's no limits to what happens when I'm in the ring.
Let's not forget the rubber chicken.
The rubber chicken, great, lovely.
The rubber chicken, which has already been up Jay Lover's ass more times than it can count.
And if, ladies and gentlemen, when I first met Len Oddity, chasing me around the locker room of FTW, trying to shove the chicken in my pants or whatever, that chicken's gone everywhere, I bet.
Was that the chicken? I thought I was chasing you with 18 double-ended dildo.
Oh, wait a minute, it might have been. Shh, don't say too loud, man. Come on now.
That chicken's had more mileage on it than a pair of Paris Hilton's underwear.
I would say so, definitely.
Yeah, and that's just from it being in the ring. We're not even talking about outside yet.
No, you're not, brother. Definitely. But let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, December 22nd, Len Oddity is taking on the King, Junior Reyes. This match...
Will you please stop saying the King, Junior Reyes? I mean, maybe the turd. He looks like one. What is it? What do they call those pimples on your ass?
Warts, sores. I don't know.
The hemorrhoid. The hemorrhoid, Junior Reyes, because that's pretty much what he is at this point.
Wow. I don't know if Junior Reyes is listening, but if I was you, brother, I would try to call in.
I tweeted
and flock in on this
that Len
one.
Oddity was going to be on the show and that he might want to listen.
No, it would be nice if he called in because let me tell you something. He's about 2 inches tall right now, if that. Because he's
Junior Reyes better purchase his casket and his cremation ahead of time because when I'm done with him, there's not going to be enough left to fit in a matchbox.
Yes.
Oh, sugar. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you are interested in this show, it is a free
completely
show.
Free.
There is no catch, no strings attached. You'll get to see the tattooed ugly Len Oddity at his finest going up against, I won't say it, Junior Reyes.
That's right. You better not say it.
Are you bringing
Otherwise, before that show's over, you'll be sucking on something, Co.
Oh, no chickens, please. No chickens.
I wasn't talking about the chicken.
Oh, wow.
Unless we mean my chicken.
Oh, man. We won't go there, man. Come on now. But
I've already gone there. We can't rewind. We can't turn back time. We're there. It's been said. It's done. It's over with. Deal with it. You will do nothing and like it.
I will give you Junior Reyes after the match.
Hey,
He'll
Len,
help you out.
Hey, Len, sometime before the event, are we going to get a little taste of what you're bringing in the big bag of Fuck 'em Up?
Maybe. I got enough time to film a promo or two. And trust me, I heard Co sitting there really fast saying he'll give me Junior Reyes after the match. What are you talking about after the match? Before the match is over, I am definitely teabagging that bald son of a bitch a couple times.
Teabags, dildos, and rubber chickens. Where else Other than the Heel in the Face live wrestling show, can you hear such mindless rhetoric?
You can hear it when none other than Tattooed Ugly Len Oddity comes on the phone and tells you how it is in his match and out of the match. He doesn't care. And if you don't like it, too bad. That's the way it is.
Change the station now.
Yes. Just sit down, watch your whatever, and Len Oddity's taking control of SWA December 22nd.
Len, before we let you go, why don't you give us your final thoughts about Reyes and the match on the 22nd?
Well, let's put it this way. Somebody's going to be getting kicked in the balls a whole bunch of times.
10.
Somebody's going to be getting their forehead cut open. And, you know, I'd say he'd have 3 Adam's apples by the time I was done, but that's not happening because they're too small to notice in his throat. And, yeah, it's just going to be a fun bloodbath. He thought he had a tough time with Necro Butcher. I give that man his props, but I'm going to be taking him to a whole new level of pain. He doesn't know what pain is. I'm going to show him. Trust me, I do all kinds of fucked up shit to myself just for the fun of it. I'm going to be doing a whole lot worse to him.
That's right. He's got his face tattooed, and he's got his tongue split, and he's got piercings in probably places where there shouldn't be piercings.
You didn't go all the way. He has the top of his head tattooed. The
I have
man
my face tattooed.
has
What
his
are you talking
face.
about the top of
I
my
just
head?
said that.
Top of his head. You know what? That is hardcore. Plain and simple. Reyes,
He's in for it.
Yeah, he's done. You went against Necro Butcher. Woo woo, wow wow, whoopie doo. You're going against the hardcore legend.
I hope you
Yes.
and the SWA corrupt officials have
No, there's no corruption.
have an ambulance on staff.
No, Junior Reyes.
Ambulance? I told you, morgue.
Morgue. We're gonna have to have a hearse outside waiting. You kidding?
We're gonna need sponges to pick up Junior Reyes from the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, December 22nd, free show. SWA is presenting Muggs and Coco with none other Len Oddity taking on, not going to say it, Junior Reyes.
Hey,
Be
like
there.
I said, you better not say it or you're going to have something else to suck on, Co. Don't you worry.
Oh, he's got enough problems, Len. Don't you worry.
It's all
Hey,
good.
we're not talking about your tits, Walsh. We're not talking about your tits.
No. He did. Tommy C digs for more gold than an oil magnet gold digger.
Woo! Wait. Has he developed the Guido's talent of being able to sit on a popsicle and tell you what flavor it is?
He's not quite there yet.
No.
But a few more white envelopes and he might be.
Oh, man. Wow, man. Holy cow. Well, you know what? It's not that bad. There's no bribes in SWA. It's all business. Plain and simple.
What?
Yes.
When you talk about bribes, I bring a 30-pack and I'm good.
There is none. Plain and simple. It's all professional. It's business, and that's how it's done.
We'll get to that later.
You know what? We're not worried about that. We've got Tattooed Ugly on the phone, Len Oddity. If you want to talk to him, give us a quick call in. If you want to tweet him, Facebook him, do it. Len Oddity, Tattooed Ugly, December 22nd. Ladies and gentlemen, Len, it was great talking to you, man. And
Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
As always, we're going to do it again soon.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Give us some of that laugh before you go.
Go for it, brother.
Junior Reyes? Oh, that's going to be the last thing you hear before you die. And they're going to taste my nuts, too.
All right, man.
Tea bags and rubber chickens.
We'll see
Mugs
you
and cocoa.
December 22nd. See you later, brother.
Have fun.
All right.
Right after this break, Ricky Richard Esquire III.
All right. Check you soon.
You know
night, right now. I walk right behind you, and I'm here. I'm always there. And I'm always with you. And I'm here. I'm always there. I'm here right by your side. And I'm here. And I'm here along for the ride. And I see the angels fly above. And I see that you have had enough. You walk forever, may I roam. And no, you'll never be alone. I see your eyes filled with tears, and I'm here to comfort you, my dear. And just know I will never be home, and I know you'll never be alone. And I see the angels fly above, and I see that you have had enough, and you walk forever, may I roam. When I know you'll never find your home. Never find your home. You'll never find your home. You'll never find your home. You see my soul right by your side, and I'm still here. And I'm here alone for the ride. And just know that I had no choice. And I know it was my time to go. And I see the angels fly above, and I see that you have had enough. You walk forever, may I roam. And no, you'll never be alone. And I see the angels fly above, see them fly above, and I sing that you have had enough, that you have had enough, and you walk forever, may I roam. Let know you'll never be alone. Never be alone.
And we're back.
Yes, we are, ladies
After
and gentlemen.
that beautiful F5 song.
Hold on a minute, Sean.
Oh,
Hold on.
wait,
Hold on.
wait.
Hold on.
I gotta
All right?
let you feel your
Everybody's
contractual
got- no.
obligations.
Hey, quiet in the room. On the phone right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Ricky Richards, Esquire, the third. Ryan, let's go.
Ricky, are you there?
Rick, what's going on, man?
Ricky Richards has arrived to the Heel in the Face radio show.
So do you prefer to be called Ricky or by your full name or by Mr. Ricky Richards? How do you like to go by?
I would prefer to call me Mr. Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third.
Fair enough. So
That's
Mr.
it.
Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third, we wanted you to come on the radio show tonight because we were wondering your thoughts on what transpired on Saturday night on SWA's On Hollow Ground with your match with you and CJ Antonino. If you could just briefly touch up on it real quick.
That's why you're having me on.
Yes.
Let me talk about
Yeah.
that. Let me
Yeah.
talk about the travesty that occurred.
Well, what do you mean travesty?
Why would you say it?
I mean, travesty. I mean, clearly, anyone who watched the event, anyone who saw the show, they saw CJ walk out with the belt. There's a whole lot of circumstances behind it. I don't want to get into it. You got to watch the match. You know, what would happen if CJ didn't knock the ref out? What wouldn't happen if, CJ didn't have an illegal choke on me?
So you're saying that the powers to be, one of them perhaps being Mr. Tommy C over here, were conspiring against you. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can tell by the caliber of opponents that I've had to face to retain my number one contendership, which I earned well before there was an SWA Pride champion, and who CJ Antonino had to face to win that Pride championship.
So you're saying from day one, the cards were stacked against you?
From day one,
Tommy, do you...
SWA management has brought in guys like Colt Cabana, guys like Necro Butcher, guys like Jack Gallo to take my number one contendership. I had to beat 6 men in one match to earn my number one contendership.
Tommy, do you care to respond to this, being the director of authority?
All I gotta say is, sometimes there is matches that I take care of. I organize, and on this match, I was actually forced out of organizing this match, and I'm a big supporter of Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third, and he, you know what, I'm not too happy with this. I really am on the decision that the rest of the officials have made. My hands were tied.
Ricky, I got a question for you. Follow-up question real quick. How do you feel about Tommy basically passing the buck on to the next guy about what happened?
See, what I don't understand is two guys who haven't earned it getting an opportunity at a number one contender spot.
Which two guys?
The guy Nova Scotia, first match in the company, gets a number one contenders match.
Tommy's...
Justin Toxic, who didn't beat Chris Caden,
Tommy,
gets a number one contenders match.
he's got points there, Tommy.
Yeah, he does, definitely.
Tommy, did you have anything to do with the Nova Scotia match?
I brought Nova Scotia in, but, I didn't think that Jerry Warner and the rest of the staff were going to do such a thing to a number one star like Ricky Richards.
So, Ricky, do you think top to bottom within SWA management, the totem pole there, do you feel as it's totally mismanaged, completely, like 100% mismanaged?
100%. 100% mismanaged.
What do you feel about the new number one contender, Justin Toxic, who's still number one contender after beating Nova Scotia? I mean, he's going to have more of a legitimate claim to being number one contender, right? He's been around since day one with SWA pretty much.
I'm not going to take anything away from Justin Toxic. He's a hell of a competitor. He's no Ricky Richards.
Well, is anybody a Mr. Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third?
There is nobody that compares to me. Okay? Half of the roster doesn't even belong in the same building as me.
Is that why you call yourself best in the room?
Absolutely.
He is the one...
And I am it.
You've got to... There's one thing. He's the 1%er of the company. The rest are the 99%ers. He is the man. He is the company. He's the face.
Sean, Tommy's kind of...
You're kind of... Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm just telling how I feel about the man because, he should have been walking away.
Because the check cleared?
No, he should have been walking away with that belt.
Yeah, you got Ricky on the phone. Maybe, Sean, you want to ask Ricky a question.
Let's ask Mr. Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third.
The 1%er.
The
Remember
tough
that.
question. Ricky, me, myself, and almost every SWA fan wants to know if you were responsible for the white envelope in the video.
What white envelope?
Yeah, what are you talking
in
about?
what video?
The video that played from the anti-propagandists during the event.
I have no knowledge of any white envelope.
Yeah, see?
I have no knowledge of any video. I showed up to the arena right before my match.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I personally, I have better things to do than just hang out backstage at a show. I don't want to be around these people.
So I guess the mystery continues as to who was responsible for the white envelope.
I don't know what you're talking about. Neither does Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third. You know, he's a professional. Come on.
So, Ricky, real quick, any last thoughts regarding what happened on Saturday? Before we let you go, I know you're a busy man.
The powers that be at SWA, they need to go back, they need to watch the footage, and they need to clearly reverse the decision that was made. They need to either give me another title shot, which I've earned and I've defended, and I should still be the number one contender, or they need to just take the belt off of CJ and just hand it over to me, because there's no way that he's going to beat me.
There you have it here first, folks.
Yeah, definitely.
Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third, demands that he gets a
You
rematch.
forgot one thing, Ryan.
What's
the
that?
The 1%er.
The 1%. Best in the room, Mr. Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third. We want to thank you for calling in, though, Ricky.
Yeah, definitely.
The
man.
best in the room wants a rematch. What
Well,
are you going to do
what?
about it,
Sit down with the
Mr.
other...
King of Green?
No. Sit down with the other officials and see what we could do, because Ricky Richards deserves that rematch. Never know. Ladies and gentlemen, check out SWA December 22nd. Mugs and Cocoa. Free show.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Ricky
Not a
Richards.
Hung up on you.
I think he did hang up on us, and
We weren't worthy of his
wow.
time any longer,
Nope.
I guess.
Yeah. Wow, man, he was pretty heated right there. But you know what? He does deserve that shot again.
He brings up some good points.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
And he deserves it again.
And the biggest point might be the legality of CJ
yeah.
Antonino's chokehold. I
Definitely.
mean, technically, it is being called a chokehold. And, from what I understand, chokes are illegal. Yes or
They
no?
are. Yes, they are. They are illegal.
But the hits, they keep rolling here on this
Definitely.
radio broadcast, because apparently
What
we
the heck
have
are you doing, man?
I have been texted instructions, and my instructions were explicit.
That's my instructions right now. But
Ladies and
Well, who's
gentlemen,
that?
on the phone right now,
really?
Chris Caden.
Who?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know who?
Chris Caden on
Yeah,
the phone?
the man you suspended
Yeah.
and unjustly
Caden.
stripped of any hope of gaining the Pride title.
Yeah, all right. We'll give him his 2 seconds of whatever.
Oh, we're going to give him more than 2 seconds, because you know why? There's no envelope for you this week. That's why.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, about that. I saw the video, and now I'm getting suspended for believing in something that's truthful and believing in something to do. Yeah, you're taking bribes under the table. Yeah, real legit, real positive influence for the company.
Mr. Caden, might I remind you that nothing was under the table. The envelope was clearly on the table.
Yeah, pretty much was on the table. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was legitimately on top of the table as you're talking to yourself. You might want to look into some help, actually.
Oh, man. Well, you know what that envelope was? It was a little bit of money, but it had nothing to do with a payoff at all.
Oh, of course
And-
not.
No.
Of course not. Yeah.
Wait a second. Explain this to me. Let me walk you through. And Chris Caden can chime in whenever he feels like it. We wrap up the show. I leave to go start the car and do whatever. You go to where you say is the bathroom, and then there's an envelope on the table.
Yeah.
Then you get a phone call, and you say everything's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of money that was, someone dropped off. It's it that I had to get.
Yeah,
You
a
know, it was
little bit of
important.
money that just appears out of thin air. Weird.
We didn't see who dropped off the envelope.
I didn't either. You know, maybe one of my associates dropped it off, but you know what? It was taken care
That's what
of.
it's called now. Associates dropping off money for you, making matches. Mm-hmm.
Well, business. You know, I conduct business 24/7. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, but who was
You know,
videotaping
it's funny.
what?
If you're being open and honest and saying that an associate dropped off money for you, then the camera would have picked up that associate as they walked in, dropped the envelope on the table and left, or he would have at least waited for you to come around the corner.
Well, I was in the bathroom, you know, so I told him. I said, if I'm not in there, just, you know, leave it somewhere for me. That's all. And I didn't know he was going to leave it right there on the table.
Let's talk about conducting business.
all right.
You know, what kind of business you got running? Like, how shady is this business?
I
You
don't
know,
know.
I understand you want to suspend me because I guess, you know, I'm doing the wrong thing and all, but what's going on with you? What are we doing about you, man? Like, what the hell kind of business are you running here? Like, why should anyone want to work for you?
Before-
What's the truth? Like, I'm having second thoughts about even wanting to come back if it's this shady. You know, I don't want to work for a company that's taking money from workers, probably booking matches. Are you kidding me?
Well, okay. Well, Chris, it's Ryan Perry here, new intern here at the Heel in the Face Radio. Before things boil over and we have another Chris Caden suspension on our hands, because as of this moment, Tommy C is still the director of authority, despite whatever allegations might be out there. Chris, I wanted to get your thoughts on, as of this moment, your suspension being lifted, and now you're open and welcome to compete in SWA from here on out. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you actually hear my thoughts on that. At 12:01 on Sunday, I get a call from a SWA official telling me my suspension has been lifted, which, you know, the suspension was clearly bullshit, but that's beyond the fact. You know, I'm not going to curse like some wrestlers that curse on the radio, which brings me to my next point. You know, I heard my name was mentioned on the radio show before the SWA's last event, and a certain somebody called me irrelevant, and that he shut me, excuse my language, he shut me the fuck up twice. To this person, I just want to explain that I want you to understand this. The only reason that you're even relevant in this business is because of me. If you hadn't faced me, if you didn't come across me, who the hell would know about you? Let me just put that out there. And secondly, you shut me up once, yeah, probably because, you know, I overlooked you. I didn't really think you were that good. I underestimated you. The second time, there was, how should I say, powder in my eyes. So, you know, if you want to say you choked me out when I couldn't see anything, far be it from you. You do what you want. But, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, that your Pride champion is a bunch of bullshit.
Whoa!
Yeah, just wanted to put that out there. And, oh, yeah, and on top of that, you call yourself the Pride champion? What are you prideful of? What, the way you look? It can't be that. And it sure as hell can't be the way you wrestle. So I just want to put that out there for you guys.
So Chris, your sights are still set on CJ Antonino and the Pride title.
You know what, Sean? This is Sean, correct?
Yep.
Sean, truth be told, I really don't even know if I want to come back. You know, yes, I had my eyes on that title, but I really don't want to wrestle for a company that is doing shady business. Like Thomas Poe, you're a moron, you're an idiot. And the other SWA officials, you know, I don't forget, you suspended me for something I believe in and was probably the right thing. I don't forget that. So as of right now, I'm not looking to even come back.
What do you have to say about that?
You know
this
what?
This man is a top talent.
Oh, yes,
in
he is.
your organization.
He definitely is. But you know what?
And because you're accepting obvious bribes.
Listen.
And
justice was served, and it's done. He He did what he had to do. He paid the time and whatever. Now it's time for him to get back on the horse and get in that ring and do his job.
That's who. That's what
It says
My
yourself.
job.
Yourself.
My job was to entertain the fans. My job was to put on
Yes.
one hell of a
And you know what?
wrestling show, which
Right
I-
now, starting from today
Shut
on,
up.
it's already
If I
clear.
don't, oh, you're going to piss me off.
You've
Dad, fuck over me.
no, you are the one that did what you did. Everything was, you served your time. You took care of what you had to. Now let's get back in the SWA ring and do what you got to do to become that number one contender again and take that belt home. That's all I got to say.
You make it sound like it's so easy. I busted my ass from day one in that company, making a name for myself. And then when I make a name for myself, you all just you pull me down. You don't want me at the top of that list, and you sure as hell don't want me holding that title because far be it from me. Far be it from me. Who the hell am I? I'm just probably the best representation of that company that you'll ever have. But no, put a fat guy that wrestles in a singlet as your top champion. Yeah, do that. That's a great thing.
Yeah, and what are you doing? And what are you doing? What are you doing for justice for this man? That's what I want to know.
Justice for him?
Doing
The,
nothing.
the justice is
Bribes
done.
giving
Everything is done.
extra
Everything's cleared. You know what? I want him
All
to
right,
get back in the
But what are you
SWA
doing?
ring.
What are you and the rest of the corrupt SWA officials doing? You're going to start
They're-
this man at the
all right.
bottom and make him work his way up?
I'm going to say
What, does
right
he have
now.
to come up with a couple of $1,000s to be inserted into the title picture again? What is this?
You better put some zeros on my paycheck, fella, if you want me to come back. I'm really not playing with you.
Let's just say there is no corruption in SWA. I'm going to put that on the table. We want Chris Caden back in the SWA ring so that
And now-
his fans could be back there cheering him on to become that number
And
one
that
contender.
white envelope was what? Your birthday present?
And
Hey, it could have been my
You
Christmas
did.
gift. I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows?
Good job.
Don't worry about what I get. Worry about what you get. Because come December 22nd,
I'm worried about what you get when it influences the decision-making policies that affect the SWA as a whole and wrestlers like Chris Caden.
yeah,
Listen.
December 22nd, I hear, is your next event. Good luck with that one because I really, the only reason I'll come back is if I see more zeros on that paycheck. The only reason I will come back is if I rightfully get what is mine. And that's an actual chance at that title. Because, let's be honest, that top 5 ranking is pure underrated bullshit.
Maybe you should send Chris Caden a present so he can come home to SWA for Christmas. Maybe you should do that.
No, I don't want anything from Thomas Bell.
I do have a
want
discount
absolutely
at
nothing from him.
Edible Arrangements, which I could probably get him. But let me tell
I want
you,
nothing from you, Co. You are a slime ball. You are the dirtiest piece of trash right now in the wrestling business. And it's because of you that possibly this company just might fail. It's because of your champion that this company just might fail. And you know what? I'm not going to be there to save it.
well, that's your decision. You don't want to be back in the SWA ring. SWA is going over no
As
matter
long
what.
as you're there, I don't think anyone wants to be there. Other than the people you're taking money from, giving them matches, yeah, then they'll probably want you to be there. But everyone that does the right thing, busts their ass as hard as they possibly can to put on a great show for these fans, they don't want you there.
If you walked into a room and got punched in the face, and you came back tomorrow and you got punched in the face, and you came back the next day and got punched in your face, would you go back again?
Well, I wouldn't be stupid the first time.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Go for it.
Well, maybe if there was a white envelope there, you would walk in the fourth day and get punched in the face.
You never know.
Listen, let me just put this out there. Suffolk Wrestling Alliance is slowly dying, all right?
Slowly.
Your champion is just, and you need change. You need some sort of change. You want this company to rise up, then you need to start kicking it into high gear and do things that you need to do. Get that title off that trash bag wrestler. I will show you what a wrestler really is. That's if I decide to come back.
Well, the only way something like that could happen is if you get back into the ring. That's all. That's it.
We'll
It's
see.
the only way.
You know what? We'll see about that. We'll see.
Well, they hung up. I guess.
No, he's still there.
All right. Well, you know what? You have to be back. You come back into the SWA ring, back to your fans, and see if you can become the number 1 contender. And I guarantee you can. And let's put everything aside and get you back in there. And
You know
to
what?
see more zeros, it will be
My
there.
friend.
Chris, don't leave your house without a white envelope.
I don't want, you know what? I don't even want a white envelope. I want everybody, SWA officials. I want all these SWA officials to tell me that they apologize.
Well, on any level of apologizing, I'll even say to you that we're sorry for what happened, but we would like to see you back in the SWA ring as soon as possible. That's from me. From the rest of the staff, I don't know. I'm not them. But I would like to see you back in our ring trying to become the number 1 contender again.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see. You know what? I said it last time, and I'll say it again. I think you really might have seen the last time Chris Kane ever steps foot in an SWA ring.
Well, that's
Don't
your
get me wrong.
decision.
I'm having business meetings with a certain somebody, but he's yet to really get through to me. He's really yet to have me see why I should return. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. Till then, good luck on the decline of SWA.
Well, before things go really
He's gone.
He's
hung
gone?
up.
Okay, well, we on behalf over here of the Heel and Face radio show, we want to thank Chris for calling in. And we're going to take a break, but Sean, did you notice something that I picked up on? And I think you're really going to be interested in this.
Go.
Do you notice that when Chris referred to Tommy C, it was always Mr. Thomas Co.?
Mm-hmm.
And you picked up on that, right?
I did.
So when we come back from
That's
break...
called respect.
When we come back from
And I
break,
have
we're
it for him.
going to dive into that a little bit.
Oh, we're going to dive into a bunch of stuff when we
do.
come back. Call him on it and take us out.
It's called respect.
Down
back.
Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the Heel in the Face live wrestling show, and you can catch us on Facebook and Twitter. You know,
Now
don't
let's
forget
go a
it.
little bit in depth about
All right, man.
on Hallowed Ground and the video and your white envelope.
White envelope. I get white envelopes in the mail all the time, man. You know, but
None of
you
them
know.
end up on the table by a mysterious man.
well, I told you, you know, one of my my associates / assistant, you know, dropped it off for me. It was something I needed.
I still think you need
Yeah.
to get on the Chris
You
Kane
know,
bandwagon.
I am. I'm behind Chris Caden. I'm going to turn around, sit down with the other officials, Jerry Warner, and our referees, and see what we could do. Because Jerry needs to see that Chris Caden is capable of coming back and doing everything by the book.
It's about time you got
And
off your
he
ass
could
and
be
did
the
something.
number one contender back in SWA. But you know what? Right now,
It's
ladies
about
and
time
gentlemen,
you got some justice in you.
justice was served and it was done. Now let's put it under the table. I mean, on you know what I mean.
Let's put it under
let's
the
go to-
table.
you know what? Right now, just walked in none other than Papa Ganoush. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yo,
Actually, I'm not too good after all.
your match Saturday. What happened, bro?
Well,
happened?
you see, what exactly happened is I don't know what Shelter Island's finest cash or bankrupt because he doesn't have any money, or totally fangool, that person named Steven Person. I don't know where they picked up that zombie freakazoid from. I really don't know.
Who?
But it's a ragdoll. Or whatever.
go
I
ahead.
don't know what conspiracy those two are working on. I have no clue, but I never want to see that thing again. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, his you know.
Did he have his rabies shot?
I don't know, man. He was.
I
he
don't
was
think so.
kinda-
I didn't see a tag on his collar.
I don't know, but he looked like he was pretty capable. He was doing good, man. You know. But what happened, man? What happened to you?
Well, first of all, Casey Koresh wasn't there. I came out in his music in his honor. He unfortunately was ill and couldn't come down to compete. But nothing.
Papa Ganoush,
nothing.
don't go crazy now. You're throwing microphones and whatnot, man.
I'm angry.
Relax.
See that
man?
stupid zombie?
All right, relax, bro.
Now, nothing against your hero Mike Magnum and Marty Flames, but you know, I wasn't with my usual Goomba. But anyway, back to the. I don't know where they got that thing from, but if I ever see it again, I'm going to be prepared to fight it. I've been watching the History Channel, Discovery Channel. I've been watching Zombie Hunter. I know what
The
weapons to
Walking
use.
Dead, maybe?
Yeah, all that stuff. It's
Pop. Come
yeah,
on, man.
everything. I've been playing
Listen.
Dead Rising. I am prepared to fight this zombie again if I have to, and if so, I will kick it straight in its. I will kick it straight in its neck
Hey.
like a dog attacking me. 'Cause
Papa-
that's what it is.
Hey, Ganoush, you know what? You
What?
showed your mentality level of playing video games and from going to Sheep's Head Bay to get to Italy. Come
What are you
on now.
talking about?
Look. I just
You
need
still
to.
play
I
Mario
need to have
Brothers.
everything prepared to fight this zombie. So if I gotta watch The Walking Dead, Zombie Hunter, play Dead Rising, I need to know every way to kill this thing. So excuse me for being prepared.
They say get a little medicine, it might work. But
That zombie needs some medicine.
you did a great job, man. But the whole thing
I
is,
did do a good job. Thank you.
you know what, man? I think you should have tried to number one of that match. It was like you were sitting there. What's going on? Why?
Well,
Why?
what do you mean
Why?
sitting there? I was beating that zombie up.
No, I'm. What about the rest of the tag team? What's going on, man? You could have taken out Cash. You could have.
I know I could have, but that zombie was chasing me. It was on my back biting me.
Come on, man. There's no way. Even Steve Persons, I don't know, but you could have went after him, taken him out.
Well, you see, the next time I see him, I'm going to throw him off the top rope again. And he better not get up and go get another zombie to help that zombie.
Oh,
I'm going to
boy.
make sure he ain't moving.
All right.
I'll
well,
run him over with his own DeLorean if I have to. He can bring Michael J. Fox if he wants. I don't care.
Well, listen. December 22nd.
And that Mighty Mouse.
December 22nd is Muggs and Coco. You going to be there or what? It's a
Yeah, I'm
free
going
show.
to be there.
So why don't you confront Steve Persons
I will.
and his ragdoll and see what happens, and maybe Cash, too.
Well, first of all, I'm going to throw that rag out, and it ain't a doll. It's a mutant. Rag mutant is more like it.
Oh, boy.
Coming from the Romanian streets. So I think that thing was created in the Brookhaven lab.
It probably was, man.
I think Steven
never know.
Persons put overtime at his McDonald's job, sweeping up the empty fries that the Albanians leave, and he paid the scientist to make a zombie to try and take me out because he knows he can't.
Well, all I gotta say is Papa Ganoush.
What?
You
Oh,
just
you
lost.
think you're better than me?
Yeah. I don't know. Right now, I think so because
Oh, he
you
thought wrong.
just you know how like the Exorcist, the head spins. You just spun my damn head, man. Really?
Not hard to do if you got an envelope with a few dollars in it.
Well, if your head spun, why don't you go to the Shirley Clinic and tighten yourself up then?
Listen, all I gotta say is there is no way, man. Come December 22nd, maybe we could get you back in the ring with
Listen,
the
how
ragdoll.
about this? How about, since, I know I can beat them all up, and you're saying I can, how about those 3 fangulos go in a handicap match against me, and I'll take them all out?
You know what? We'll see what we could do come December 22nd. Papa Ganoush, we appreciate you coming down
no
to the
problem.
heel in the face.
Prego.
We'll catch you. All right, brother. Oh, man. Wow. That was just crazy.
You got to
Papa
love all the
Ganoush,
crazy stuff
you know.
Papa Ganoush says.
He was
Oh, yeah,
still pretty
definitely,
fired
man.
up.
Definitely. Not even, man.
He was super fired up. I think he's still looking for that intern.
He is, man. I think so, too.
He
He
is.
wants to break that intern's neck. You know?
Very, very, very interesting language there from Papa Ganoush. I'm wondering, though, he needs some more studying, though, on the zombies. Only because he
He
did mention
does,
World War Z was not referenced by Papa Ganoush.
He was throwing everything out there. It was like a curveball. He was...
And you got to love guys in the business who don't shake your hand when they're leaving, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
But moving on, before we went to break, there was something that me and Sean noticed about
There was
Chris
some-
Caden.
Wow, man.
Sean, would you like to explain what we
No,
noticed?
why don't you? Because you're
well,
the one who picked
basically,
it out.
we noticed that Mr. Chris Caden kept referring to you as Mr. Thomas Coe. And if memory serves me correct, some of those viral videos that have been hitting YouTube and on the
With those
Healing
guys
Face,
in the silver skulls, yeah.
they only refer to you as Mr. Thomas Coe as well. And if anybody in this world has a reason to possibly go at Tommy C, or his truly Tommy C, it would be Chris Caden. So, did we just connect the dots here, Sean?
We very well could have. But that would be a question for Mr. Caden the next
Liz.
time he calls in.
Well, he was a little fired up, so maybe next
He
time
was.
we got to ask him that question directly.
Listen, that's called respect. When you turn around and you think about what Chris Caden has been through on a suspension and so forth, not even getting paid.
What he's been through on a
Yes.
suspension that you caused.
Yep. You know what?
So-
But it's not only by me. It was also by the other officials of SWA.
Yeah, but the hammer came down from you.
All right. I'll give you that. But the whole
and I
thing...
have a question for you that that maybe Sean overlooked very briefly. You gave Chris Caden suspension. I mean, it was your name that finalized it on the paperwork that gets put out there. Now that he's saying that he might never come back to SWA, does that make you ponder that the decisions that you make as the director of authority could have a lasting impact and impacts that you didn't even predict? I know it's a very in-depth question that I'd be asking you, Tommy C, and I can see that your mind is racking how to process
Is that
whole
smoke burning or
question.
$1 bills?
It definitely is. And you know what? All I got to say is, Chris Caden, we have the door open for you anytime. That's all I'm going to say to that comment.
So he
Yeah.
won't answer my question.
Yep.
But I know
Yeah.
Sean's got a question. How much money was in that envelope?
I got a better question.
You know,
I got a better question. You don't have to answer me, because it was probably, I don't know, tens of dollars. But anyway, what I want to know is who was on the phone.
that was the associate that dropped off
No,
the
no,
envelope
no.
to me to verify that I did get the envelope.
Who did the all right? We'll sidestep that. Who was the associate taking money from to put on the table? Who is this invisible associate? We'll call him Casper. Who was Casper getting money from to give to you?
I don't know which business affair it was. I would have to look at it and see
So
what day it transpired.
Are you basically
transaction.
claiming that this wasn't wrestling related? Is that what you're trying to? Is that your new excuse?
I don't. You know, some of it is, some of it isn't. You know.
I mean, as a man, if you're just caught
Okay.
if you're caught red-handed as a man,
You know?
you just fess up and say, "Hey, listen."
Yeah,
guys,
but you know what? It's I gotta actually, as I said just a minute ago, I would have to look into the transaction, the exact date, and I could find out and tell you what it is.
he's
We could queue up the video
Yeah, but you
and
know
play
that
the sound.
I don't have the
over the
records in
show.
front of me. I would have to look in my files and see.
So you're gonna play dumb is basically what you're doing.
No, it's
You
being
know,
straight
it
out
would-
honest. That's
It
it.
would be more honest if you took the Fifth Amendment.
No, not yet. No.
So he won't plead the Fifth. He won't answer the questions. I got a real brilliant question here. It's very simple too.
I love brilliant, simple questions.
Yeah.
How was it that there was even a recording of what?
Yeah, that's
transpired?
my one thing. You know,
Because
what,
I'm looking around, I don't see any cameras in this building.
no, I don't see any at all. You know, except for the, one outside of the building that we have, and that's
So
it.
there's no cameras, and yet there was a recording of clearly, and by his own admission, Tommy C. taking money in an envelope,
In an unmarked envelope
But
a marked envelope.
the only one
after
that
Sean
yeah.
had left.
from Casper,
yes.
the friendly ghost.
But the only
friendly
one that
associate.
could have been in that room and out of the room could have been you, Sean, setting it up, the camera.
But you don't see me come back in, put the envelope on the
But
table.
how do
and
I
leave.
know that you didn't put that camera prior, or have somebody put it? Where is it?
Where is it? I don't know.
I don't know, but all I gotta say is that Ryan has a point here.
I'm just saying.
He could.
I'm just
But
saying.
then again, how would the person with the camera get a reliable tip-off that you were going to be bribed that night?
I don't know. That's why I'm looking at you, because you're the only other
he just-
associate.
Wait a
Did he
second.
just
Wait a
admit he was
second.
bribed?
Let's backtrack and let me ask the
No,
question again.
not that it was bribed.
So how
it was
did-
an envelope placed from an
Ladies and
associate, as I
gentlemen,
said.
Listen back to the playback on the Heel and Face radio show.
iTunes, Stitcher,
And
Spreaker.
literally, Sean says, how would the guy know that there would be an envelope in which you're being bribed? And Tommy says, I don't know.
No. Come on now.
Freudian slip right there.
Right.
Interesting.
No.
So, once again, who was the money from?
As I said, I don't have records in front of me. I would have to go to my office, and I
He
could
won't
tell you.
answer the question. He won't answer. We're going to have to do some
Yeah.
investigating on our own.
We're going to have to send the crack team out.
We have about 10 minutes left in the show, and there's some other things we want to bring up real quick. I don't know if anybody out there has noticed. There's been a slight program change.
It has.
So what we're trying to do is to come up with
Yep.
segments for the future shows in which there'll be recurring segments. So what we're asking is if anybody out there has any ideas of a segment that you would like to see happen on a weekly basis, you can message us, you can email us, you can call in next week if you want, and leave your ideas. And if we like your idea, then of course we're going to use your idea, and of course we'll give you credit for it because we're not about plagiarism. I'm not exactly
No,
sure
no,
what it's
no.
called on the
Well,
radio, but
Yeah, you're right, man.
If there's
Definitely
anybody
right.
listening that wants to call in right now, by the way, the fan line is 631-386-8229. There was a discussion or a topic posted on Facebook, and that was, who would you like to see CJ Antonino face on December 22nd for his Pride title at Muggs and Coco?
should we go around the table?
We should, because
Yeah,
I
let's
said,
might as well.
because as I said in the post, when I said that we were going to be doing it on the show, we were going to get your new pick and my honest idea, and then whoever paid Tommy C the most money.
So, okay, we're going to start with Tommy. Tommy, who's going to pay you the most money to get the title shot against CJ Antonino on December 22nd?
Wait, you mean who am I going to pay the most money to get in the match?
All
That's
right.
what you're talking
We'll
about.
rephrase it for the sake
All right.
of that you've already confessed twice.
No.
Who would you like to see wrestle CJ Antonino for the Pride title at Muggs and Coco on December 22nd at the Deer Park Sportatorium?
Yours truly, Mike Magnum.
And why?
Because he's his hero.
Yes. And it's kind of thinking out of the box.
It's because it's Tommy's hero.
your hero, Mike Magnum. Wonder who paid you for that. Okay.
Sean, who would you pick if anybody?
I would have to say I'd like to see a no holds barred rematch between C.J. Antonino and Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third.
Really? That is a very
No
interesting,
holds barred.
interesting choice.
No
there.
count out. No DQ.
Where chokes are illegal.
What?
Where chokes are, in particular, are illegal.
No, where
Well,
if
Ricky's
you want to
big
make
argument here was that CJ choked
if
him
you
out,
want to
which is
make
illegal.
chokes legal, that's cool. If you want to go back to Wrestle Hell and say that mist is legal, that's cool too.
Pick your poison of a match. That's it.
So we got one
No
vote.
holds barred. Ricky Richards, C.J. Antonino, Pride title.
We got one vote for your hero, Mike Magnum. We have one vote for the best in the room, the 1% of professional wrestling, Ricky Richards, Esquire the Third. My official vote, and I don't know after hearing what happened today on the radio show if it could even be a possibility, I would like to see justice be done, and I would love for Chris Caden to get himself a championship opportunity against
Whoa.
CJ Antonino.
Let me right there. Hold on.
Okay.
I
I'm
like
holding.
my pick, and I'm going to keep my pick. But I honestly, you know how Facebook you put the like. I like that.
He likes my pick. He likes it. He Facebook likes
He
it.
only likes it because
Off of Facebook.
He
That's
only-
what
Hashtag Facebook
he
like.
only likes it between the envelope and the suspension. He's kind of painted himself into a corner.
Are we saying that Chris Caden was the guy who paid him off?
Is that what you're trying to
I
say?
don't know, Chris
Because
Caden.
I wasn't
Is that
paid
what
off.
I don't know. Chris Caden was
I
the
wish
guy
I
to pay him
was.
off.
To unsuspend himself, Chris Caden paid him off?
No, there ain't
There
no
are-
paying off in SWA.
There are a lot of people who have benefited since that envelope appeared, and Ricky Richards has already said that it wasn't him.
I know who it was. I just figured it out. Nova Scotia. Think about it. Ricky Richards brings up an excellent point. This guy comes in out of nowhere, gets put into a match in which, if he wins this match, he'll become the new number one contender. Nobody has ever heard of this guy before. Gets put into that match. Doesn't succeed on his end, but he gets put into that match. He's got to be the guy who paid off Tommy.
Yeah, but what about
No. Come on now. I
no?
don't get
He's not
paid.
the guy who paid you
No,
off.
I don't get paid off. I wish I did. You know why? Because
But
then
it's clear as day.
Tommy, there's video footage of it.
the whole thing is I don't get paid off. I pay the staff every week.
Tommy,
That's
there's
it.
video footage
Video.
of an envelope which you by
Oh,
your
yes,
own
this
admission
envelope
have
is
claimed
very
that
nice.
There's money in it. You're just not sure which associate of yours dropped it off, which I think is a little
total
bull-
crock.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know, Tommy. I don't know. It looks a little bit fishy here. I'm just saying. Yeah. And first of all, Mr. Director of Authority, how did the guy interrupt the opening promo in the first place? Right in the beginning of the night.
How
Did
are the
anybody else know that?
anti-propagandists even allowed to show that stuff?
I don't know how they even taped the situation going on here that I had my associate pick up the
So are
envelope.
we
and-
saying that they're a little bit more
Yeah.
technologically
I always said that-
savvy than the rest of
Yeah,
us?
I would
I
say
always
so.
said that Tommy should worry, but no, he was.
Are you worrying now?
Not at all.
Not at all. Even though they
No.
just
Nope.
provided evidence that you take payoffs.
It ain't no payoff. Trust me.
What
My
is it then?
associate / assistant turned around and brought me, a business situation that he, picked up or whatever. I had to be taken care of, and that's it. I got to see what transaction it was.
You got to see what transaction.
Yes.
I'll give you a hint. It's the one in the big white envelope.
Can we find out next week?
Well, that's how I get them all. I get them in a big white envelope. And it's every transaction.
Can we find out next week?
I bet you get
by
everything in
time
big white
next
things.
Wednesday, can we find out, or can you find out, I should say, what transaction actually took place there?
Never mind
I'll
that.
sit back and I'll
That's
go
it.
through it
Will you
tomorrow,
expect it?
and
Ladies
we'll go
and
through
will
it.
you present evidence?
I'll have my secretary go through everything and my assistants, and we'll
He's got
get to the bottom.
secretaries and assistants, and we're not accepting bribes.
Interesting. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Tommy C will provide evidence next week, live on the radio, that he did not accept a payoff from a wrestling-related thing.
You know what? You know what? Smooth-voiced Ryan Perry.
What would that be?
You know what we're gonna do? We're not even gonna let the people hear about the evidence, but we're gonna UStream that segment live.
Interesting.
All right, you all heard it here first on the heel in the
Okay,
face. That's
okay.
it.
I can't wait.
I
to-
don't
We're
mind.
gonna UStream, and we're gonna UStream live on the Heel in the Face channel on UStream, and present it, and let Tommy C present it to prove his guilt or innocence. And notice how I said guilt first.
I don't think Tommy C's going to prove his guilt. If anything, he's going to forget about it if he can't prove it.
We're gonna
hope that we forget about it.
We're gonna let you present the evidence. And you know what? You know what we're gonna do after that? What are we gonna do? We're going to listen to the video. We're gonna post the video again on the Heel in the Face page. We're going to let and that's the plaintiff. We're going to let you, the defendant, clearly in this case, present your evidence live on Ustream, which we will later put on YouTube for the benefit of those who don't know where Ustream is on the internet. Then, right after that, we are going to put up a post on the Facebook page, and you are going to have a fan trial by jury, where the fans will comment in one word: innocent or guilty.
This seems interesting. Court of public opinion, you are now commencing.
Wow.
Okay,
man.
we got 1 minute left, so real quick, ladies and gentlemen,
man.
make sure you tune into next week's show. We have some very important things that are taking place here with Tommy C.
Definitely.
Hopefully, we'll have a better answer as to whether Chris Caden has made a decision. As to
hopefully, the corrupt SWA officials get in touch with Chris Caden.
Yep.
That'd be
and
nice.
Try to make him an offer to come home for Christmas.
And hopefully we will have another match announced for the December 22nd show.
Yeah,
which
we'll
is
see what we have.
absolutely 100% free for the fans.
Definitely.
SWA's way of saying thank you.
And we are going to try our best to get Junior Reyes in the studio next week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, December 22nd.
What Len Oddity has said.
December 22nd, Mugs and Cocoa free show. It's a fan appreciation for everything you've done, coming to every show, supporting SWA. As SWA official, we are giving back to you. And don't forget, also, we have Stronghold Pro Wrestling, January 18th. Tickets are on sale now, and you could get them from any of the indie wrestlers that are on the card and at 185 Omega Storage in Amityville, New York. Plus, other ticket outlets will be announced. And
don't forget to hit us with your new ideas for segments that you want to see happen.
And real quick, we forgot one match when we were doing the quick match results earlier.
Yes, we did. Really did.
We forgot to mention that Boondocks, alongside with him, was the man in the top hat.
We're still curious.
Defeated not one, but two men in a handicap match.
MC3 and that guy, Riley Daniels.
I want to know something real quick, because it's been bugging me for the past couple of weeks. And I love the celebrity MC3.
Yeah.
And this has been like burning inside of me since like he first came out with his new ring attire.
He kind of looked like an 80s throwback.
I just want to tell him that Jem called and she wants her stage attire back.
That's
Hashtag
good.
Cootage.
Yes. Yep, definitely.
Interesting, because I was going to say he looked like a baby between Justin Toxic and Steve Person, but all right.
Yeah, maybe it's
he's a hybrid.
Baby,
he's Steven Toxic. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all.
Yep,
so
that's it.
I don't know who does the official sign off.
Well, we all do.
Oh well, this is smooth voiced Ryan Perry,
and I'm the heel, Sean,
and this is Tommy C. Ladies and gentlemen, worship the ring.
Hall Monitor, thanks you. See you next week.